Hi guys, this is Tyler, and this is my Sinatra Flatiron School Portfolio Project. This is the walkthrough of the project, and we're just going to show and get everything started here. I'm going to go ahead and switch directories into my projects folder, and this specific projects folder, the estate locker is what it's called. So, projects slash estate locker. I'm going to go ahead and fire up my shotgun server so you guys can see it. Let's copy this link, and we're going to go ahead and load up this app. So when we go to it, it's the Estate Locker is the name of this. Obviously, if you want to read the boilerplate of everything that's going on here, we're just talking about basically what everybody has to deal with when they lose a loved one, which is you got to deal with basically all that person's financial life, everything from retirements to their estate to everything else. And the thing that sucks the most is you're doing all of that and dealing with all the money aspect of it as opposed to grieving with your family. So my goal with this project was to create something that people could go and they could log into and store all of the useful information of each family member's estate and have a real conversation with each family member as well about those things so that people can financially plan for the future, but make it so that whenever it comes down to it, you have all the contact information and all the information you need financially about each person from their estate and their final expenses and everything all in one place so that you spend 10 minutes finding the information so you don't spend the next month trying to track down every company and probate court and everything else just to find everything that might have belonged to them that you may be rightfully owed or that you need to pay off or whatnot. So without further ado on that, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to go ahead and show you that I can create a new person here. So we're going to sign up. But on the main page, it talks about it. We've got sign up, we've got login, the Estate Locker logo up here in the top corner. It is a link, so if I click on it, it's going to bring us right back here to the home page. You saw the page reload. But I'm going to go ahead and sign up. I'm going to put my name in here, Tyler. So we're going to do Tyler at test.com, and we're just going to do a password of test, T-E-S-T, just to make sure that we can show you that we can log in too as well. So hit submit. It's going to take us to our main page here. Oh, come on, hit submit. Perfect. It's going to bring me here. It knows that I'm logged in, and because I'm logged in, this bar here at the top is dynamic. So because I'm logged in, I can log out. I can see all of my family members. I can create a new family member, and I can create a new plan for a family member. Since I have no family members, it may not be the best thing to create a plan yet, but let's go ahead and log out so I can show you that we can log back in. So logging out takes you to the Estate Locker. If we log back in, we're going to log into that same place we did, Tyler at test.com, with the password of T-E-S-T, all lowercase. Let's see. Perfect. Works. Okay, so let's create us a new family member here. So with a new family member, their name is going to be John Doe. And let's just create them a birthday of January 1st of 1995. Okay? Or let's better yet, let's go 2008. 2008. Let's hit submit. Perfect. So now, whenever I create a new person, it's going to put them in a card, essentially here, which shows their name, and then it iterates over how many plans they have associated with them, and it's going to show that count right here on the page here. So it's going to go call plans.all, where the family member equals this and belongs to this user. And it's going to count those and we have 0 plans. So we can view the person or view the plans, or this person specifically. It'll show their name and their date of birth. We can edit the person. We can delete the person. So let's go ahead and see if we can delete them real quick, or edit them first. Edit them. Let's change their birth date. Hey, we were silly. It's 2007. We can't count. Let's hit submit. And let's view them again. Hey, it updated. So we can update them. Delete. If we click on delete, are you sure you want to delete? It flashes up to a new page here with a delete button. Are you sure you want to delete them? If we do click delete, it is going to delete that family member, because now we're back at all family members and there's nothing in here. So let's go back. Let's create us a couple family members here. Let's go with, again, John Doe on January 1st, 2007. We'll recreate that person. And let's do another one. Let's do Jane Doe, 2007 as well. They're twins, Jack and Jane. Or John and Jane. I apologize. New family member. Let's just go ahead and create Jack as well. Jack Doe. His birth date is June 1st of 2012. We're just going to make up one. So now, as you can see, I've got 3 family members here. We can edit or delete directly from their page. We can view them directly from the page. We can also edit or delete from the view page. Now let's create us a new plan here. So on a new plan, it's going to ask us, it brings up our form, ask us which family member do we want. We want to create a new plan for Jane. And what kind of plan is it? It's going to have a drop down. You have life insurance, retirement, will, an asset, and an other. So let's just leave it as a life insurance for the moment. The company that we're going to call this, we're just going to say it's AIG. And we're going to give it a AF12345 is the actual account number. Now, the account number, beneficiary name, message, those are all optional. Company name, I believe, is required, so is the contact phone number. But the account number don't necessarily have to have. I didn't make it a required field, so if we didn't fill it in, we'd be okay. But a contact number, we're just going to make this an 800-123-4567. Whoops, I can't even type. It's going to be 800-123-4567. And the beneficiary on that is going to be Tyler. And in the notes here, we're just going to say it's a $50,000 life insurance. And we're going to say it's a whole life insurance plan. Just because, why not? We're going to hit submit. Cool. So now if we look at Jane, where we created it, she has one plan. If I hit view for Jane, it's going to create a page for Jane, but it's also going to have a card. She has an AIG life insurance plan. So let's go back and let's do a new plan for Jane. Let's add another one for her. And this time she's got a will. And this is going to be Doe and Associates at Law, the law firm of whatever. We don't know an account number, but we do know a phone number that they have. They're going to be 816 area code. We're just going to make one up. 555. Actually, you know what? 555 885 1234. We're just making something up here. Beneficiary, we don't know anything on that either. All we know is they do have a will, and it's with this law firm, and this is their phone number. John Doe is the lawyer. Okay, we'll hit submit here. So now look, Jane's got 2 plans. It's counting hers. Jack and John, they don't have anything at the moment. But if we hit view again, we're going to see, hey, look, boom. There's a card there for the AIG. There's one for this. Let's edit this plan here. We don't need to say at law. It just says Doe and Associates. Let's get rid of that real quick. And let's hit submit and see if that changes it. So edit it. Let's go back to view Jane. Yep, perfect. It edited that here. So now we can see that she's got a will. She's got a life insurance. Let's view this life insurance plan. You can see the pertinent information about that. Jane, she has a life insurance with AIG. Here's the account number. Here's the contact number. Here's who the beneficiary is. And here's any notes, what the information was that was in there. So if we wanted to edit this plan, say, oh, you know what? It's not AIG. It's actually Mutual of Omaha. We're going to hit submit. Let's double check just to make sure we can view that change. Look, it's Mutual of Omaha. It is on there. If we click delete here from this main page, if we hit delete, are you sure you want to delete life insurance with Mutual Omaha for family member Jane? And it's giving me what it is right there at the top, the company and the type right here at the top. Delete, yes, we're going to delete that. So now we're down to 1 plan. If we view, should only be the attorney at law, the will, perfect. So that's all of the things that you can really do in here. There's not a whole bunch of other things where you want to be able to view each individual item. So we can view all of those items. And look, we do have the account number is nil. The beneficiary is nil. There's no information that is in there on those things because the will is going to have multiple beneficiaries. And there may not necessarily be an account number if we're talking about a will. So it may not actually apply to that field. But it was better to have all of those things, at least for this first attempt at this project. All the information be in one table as opposed to having multiple tables, because we can just change the kind of plan to be what we have from the drop down versus these other types of things here. So as you can see, that's the walkthrough there. We can go back to our family members. We can see all the family members. If we add more family members in there, we can. It'll put another person over here, and then it'll start layering underneath, and then will be scrollable. We also should have this, I believe, if I go down and change my view to skinnier here, we can see that it changes and the page is dynamic, and we get the log out and the member features. Once we hit a certain width, we get the hamburger menu, and when we click on the hamburger menu, we get a drop down in here with all of our stuff. We can click back out of that. I don't know JavaScript at the moment, but this was a piece of JavaScript that I stole and put in there from a website that I used that was the design template called Bulma, B-U-L-M-A. That's the design aspect that I used with this. There, the layout and the cards and everything like that, and the colors. They had a simple toggle menu with the JavaScript that was available that I went ahead and threw in there. As far as, let's see, if we do a new plan, it should bring that. As you can see, it changes to go more full screen versus just resizing once we get to more of a mobile view browser. So it is a mobile friendly site as well. So we're going to go ahead and log out, and I'll get back to this page here. Takes you right back to the home page. If we log back in, let's just show you that everything does work here. We're going to go tyler@test.com and test. Hopefully I typed that right. You know what? Let's just prove to you that if I type in a wrong, that it does actually validate the passwords and stuff. Oops. Tyler at test.com. If I type in a wrong password, hit submit, it should not let me in. Nope, it didn't take me in here. It brought me back here. It didn't tell me what it was. That's something I might add in a future iteration or a refactor where we can add a new feature is have it display those error messages, say incorrect password or something of that nature. But for the moment, this works just as it's needed here. And if I put the right password in, it does take me in. I can see it takes me straight to all my family members because it's simple, straightforward, and there's nothing to this. So I appreciate all your guys' time and talk to you soon.